Hi guys, this is Self-Coding Lab, and today we'll be looking into another web development tutorial, specifically the basics of using Vue.js with vue-router. Using vue-router in your Vue applications will allow you to change to different routes seamlessly and without having to refresh your page. By the end of this tutorial, you will have a complete login and sign up page that utilizes vue-router. Let's get started. We are currently using Vue CLI to generate new projects, so let's go ahead and get started. I'll be calling mine VR Basics, and we'll click on the default preset. After 15 seconds or so, the project is to complete initializing, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's go into the directory by saying cd VR Basics and do npm run serve. Let's open up another tab and open up our code editor. Currently I am using VS Code. You guys could use whichever code editor that you guys prefer. We will initially go ahead and remove all the components and folders within the source file or source folder, and we'll initialize our own. So currently I am currently creating a simple template to generate our first app component. So we'll just have a div in here and call it app. And we'll basically generate this, we'll render this into main.js. Just like that. If we go to localhost 8080, there we go, we have an app. After successfully initializing the app component, let's go ahead and install vue-router. We'll go ahead and write npm install -s save in order to automatically save into our package.json in vue-router. You could go ahead and while this installs and go ahead and check out vue-router by typing vue-router into Google, and let's open this up. So we'll go to the essentials and getting started, and basically they show you how to get started with everything you need to get your first routes up and running. You could read this, but I'll be going ahead and creating my own. So let's go back to main.js. And in here, we'll basically include vue-router from vue-router. And one of the most important parts that I personally tend to forget is to initialize vue-router into our Vue project or our Vue instance by writing vue use in parentheses vue-router. This is key. We'll go ahead and create our routes, which is an array of objects, and for the first path we'll call it just slash, which is basically anything that is the index.html. Path of slash, and we'll later create a component called sign in, and we'll have another path called sign up and component sign up. We'll be creating these components later, but let's initialize these and include them into our vue-router instance and integrate it into our new Vue. We create a new router by saying new vue-router, then writing mode of history and including the routes. just like this. And because we named it exactly the same as in property name, we only have to write it once. And all we have to do now is write router and comma, because we also named this so that router is the same property name and the variable name for the router property. And if we initialize this and refresh, nothing shows up because sign in is not defined. So let's go ahead and create a components folder and create sign in.vue and also sign up.vue template script. We could just copy this and also move it over into the sign up component and just change the name. And we'll also import both of these routes or both of these components into our main.js, since we need to have the component in order to set it right here and set it for the routes. And we'll just copy this once more and change sign up and sign up. Sync up. It is not spelled correctly. That is my mistake. Sign in. There we go. Now our app component still shows. Now we have initialized our vue-router to be used into our Vue project. Let's go ahead to the app.vue component, and instead of having the app text, let's add in view or router view element tags. This is how vue-router displays different routes on the page, and if we go ahead and here, it's empty because it is showing this, and if we is showing the router view, and if you go to the main page, and if it's just slash, it should be showing the sign in component. And in this case, it's empty because sign in component does not have any elements or any HTML elements in it. And if we add in sign in page right here, right, and if we put slash in routes, it's still the sign in page. As you can see, this is the main part where it controls which routes show which components, so this is very important. And if we wanted to go to the sign up page, all we have to do is slash sign up. And in sign up page, we do not have any elements as well, so let's create a div and let's write hello sign up page. And there we go. For sign up route, it shows sign up page. Another very important part of vue-router is in using router links. So we'll go ahead and look into that as well. So we'll first go ahead and create a break tag to go to the next line and go ahead and write router link and property of 2 to the path of sign up and router link to close it off. Alright, go to sign up page. If you do that, we see a link tag, and if we click on it, we should be able to go to the sign up page, and just like that, we're able to go to the sign up page. And if you just copy this and move it over to the sign up component as well, and change the to route to sign in, and change the name to go to sign in page, and if we do, we'll also add another link tag as well to move it to the next line. One mistake I made is I called it sign in page or sign in route, but it should be just slash because it is the root route. So if we go back and do that once more, we go to the sign up page. And as you can see, it doesn't refresh the page like an A tag would. An A tag with an href would tend to refresh the page, but as you can see, vue-router links do not. So this is a better experience for the user. So as you could tell, you could always add in more traditional things you'll be putting on a sign up or sign in page, such as more inputs and validations and things like that to get the first part of your user authentication going as well. That'll be it for this tutorial. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will be coming out with more Vue tutorials, and in the future I'll be also doing more tutorials on web development such as React and Angular as well. Thank you for watching. This is Self Coding Lab, and have a great day.